Hello, everybody, and welcome to Deceptions of the Ages News. I just want to do a really quick report here. I want you guys to know a few things about what is going on with this flooding in the Midwest. Now, the first thing that I want to tell you is that the pictures and the footage you see here, this is the nation's farmland. This is where we get our cornflakes and our sugar pops and our hot dog buns and our corn that we use in things like soda pop and just about everything. So all of that stuff that we get every year has to come out of this land. Now, right now, this is not land. This is a shallow sea. And so what I want you guys to be aware of, I don't want to give you any gloom and doom prophecies here, but this water has to go away. The only way the water is going to go away is, number one, it will drain into the Mississippi. And of course, it's going to cause flooding in the rest of America's farmland along the Mississippi. But also, that water is going to need to evaporate because it is, just as they said, it has saturated the ground. That means the ground is mostly water. And if you're looking at the Platte River, the pioneers used to say the Platte is too thick to drink and too thin to plow. That means that it's just a really shallow, dirty river, but now it's a huge river. So I want you guys to be aware of this, and I want you to be aware of something else that they are not telling you. And, well, I want to just summarize there. There may not be food. If you didn't get that out of that first part, there might not be food come next fall, because if the water doesn't evaporate or go downstream and dry out, then there is going to be no food grown in any of these areas. And that means the price of food is going to skyrocket, and countries will not be able to buy or import food. Well, they probably will, because they'll probably sell us out and sell to the highest bidder, but it might be very difficult to buy food or very expensive to buy food next fall. So I want you guys to be aware of that. I want you guys to be aware of something else, because we're depending that this water is going to go away. I used to live in Alaska. I lived in Alaska from, I think, 5 years, 6 years. And I know what an Arctic climate is. Now, I live in Washington State now, and I know that that climate that was in Alaska for the past since the month of February, the climate has shifted. That Alaska climate is now in Washington State. It's in southern Canada. So now things are going to be much cooler. What does this have to do with anything? Well, what it has to do with anything is that as I said, that water has to evaporate. Well, it's not going to evaporate. In fact, if it keeps staying cool like this, it could be like ice in the fields. So that's something that you really need to be aware of, and I want you to be aware of, because we have shifted into an Arctic climate. And I don't want to panic anybody, because there might be a positive side of this. The positive side is, if it gets hot very fast, we have a whole bunch of new good soil deposited on that old soil, and so it might give the farmers a really productive new a bunch of new soil. So that would be great for us. And if we had like a really hot summer, think of all that humidity and think of the crops that we could get out of that. So there may be a bonus out of this, but right now, be careful. You don't want to get caught without being able to buy food. So that's my report. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments section. If you don't think I'm right, let me know. If you agree with me or you have some more advice, or if you live in Iowa or Nebraska, tell us what's going on. This is Deceptions of the Ages News, and we'll see you next time.